Also, does
Ziggy
Kira
stands.
get to go shopping?
Apparently not, because we're back on the boat. So no shopping
Sorry.
for me.
I tried.
No merchant store. It's all right. You know,
We could
can
say you had
maybe
shopped,
we've
and then you
got,
can
like,
do your little.
stoner Amazon that I can just
I think Jesse
Now
got
this
you
is
some
a $1
supplies.
million idea.
via seagulls or something. They just bring it
Oh
to
my
these
god, we
gold-
can train the
gold prime.
seagulls. So not Harry Potter where it's like sending letters, it's just
Right.
weed service through seagull.
You can do that,
Weed.
right, Kins?
Weed goals.
Train them.
Yeah, I'll do my training session where I'll turn into a seagull and be like, look, do this, and then it's a whole operation.
You know, I
Thieving,
kind of
more money.
after the last session, I decided that in the event that I actually got to eventually go to the store, Jay would troll me, and that there would be nothing good or worth buying there, and it would have been a giant waste of time of me waiting 3 episodes to go shopping. So I've decided I've resigned, and I don't care anymore. It's not.
Maybe we'll stop somewhere on the old boat. Shop there.
Yeah, like a cruise ship where you just like, you know, we're gonna hit, you know,
We
Saint
gotta go
Martin
port
today.
to port.
Yeah, we
Ooh,
have to
there
stop
could be an
sometime.
on-ship salesperson.
Vendor.
Yeah, the
And
ship
like in a
vendor.
video game, their stock rotates once a week.
Your
That's
because
cotton
right.
Candy.
Once they go to, yeah, yeah.
All good options.
These are all great options. Hello, everybody. I know you've been. This is great content here. We yeah.
Is that
We're
gonna be
live.
the beginning of the episode? Me not being able to go to the mall?
We've been streaming,
gosh.
so
Talking about the weed seagulls and everything. Yeah.
I mean, you know, hey,
Entrepreneurial.
I like the idea of training seagulls to be a delivery Amazon
Oh
in
my
our
God.
D&D. I mean,
Yep. Weed
why,
is on.
why go on adventures? Really? I mean,
That's right.
we're
First, get your economy set, then adventures. Like it's gotta.
It's very important.
so
The
if you're
entire story just becomes us decking out our quarters on this ship with stuff we order from like Gullazon, like just.
Gullazon.
it's like you play Final Fantasy 14 for 10 years to just get enough gil to just work on your house. And like,
It's just
deck
nothing
out
but
your-
crafting.
Obligatory Final Fantasy.
We did it. We
14
fit it
mention.
in. Perfect. Yes. If this is your first time joining our stream, I'm sorry. But also, we play Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Jay. Welcome. Thanks for everybody who's here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following the channel. Thanks for, over on YouTube. That's where you can find all of our back episodes. We got a whole chapter 1, like a huge arc of stuff over there. We're just getting into chapter 2. We're on episode 7. And yeah, thanks everybody for being around. Thanks for subbing over there. All the comments, likes, and all that stuff. We super, super, super appreciate you. Yeah, and we are. I ran out of things to say. How are you guys doing? How is the group?
Fantastic.
Great.
I'm nervous.
What do you? You're
We're
nervous?
just going on a boat with some pirates. What's
no,
to be nervous
because
about?
because in my real life, I'm gonna have winter weather in Texas.
That's
tomorrow.
right. That's right. There is a little bit of memory from last year when this
Yes.
was significantly
PTSD
worse.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Awful.
yeah. But we're stocked up on toilet paper and
all you need,
and
really.
a bathtub full of water. So there you go. We're good.
That's great.
The 2 things you need to survive: toilet paper and a bathtub full of water.
There you go.
Who could ask for more?
All set. I mean, food. We'll see. But
Eat the toilet paper.
Goal is on. No.
We were talking about how last year, literally our first episode, like the premiere episode of Bad Plans D&D, got canceled because of a winter storm in Texas.
Because
we had to
they
push
did
it
like
a whole
bad
week.
plans.
it was this. Yeah. Yeah.
It was almost exactly a year ago.
Yeah,
It was.
Little less than.
Yeah.
Little
it's funny.
less.
So, all right.
Here we
Well,
are.
I
One
got
year
something
later.
for you, Jay.
oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Jay, as a DM, you need to know a lot about combat. Why shouldn't you take a broken spear into a fight? It's pointless.
Oh my gosh. I was thinking like half damage or something. No, pointless. That makes more sense.
Oh, that was so obvious.
That's pretty good.
That was a good one.
My mind went straight to like, you don't bring a stick to a sword fight or something.
Well, also true. More practical. You will probably die is another good answer.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
You ready to throw some dice, play some D&D?
Let's do it.
Kill
Oh,
some
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Okay. Recap. While spending a few days in Portsmouth, our band of adventurers has met Oliver Greygaze, captain of the infamous Grey Tide, a pirate ship of great renown. The Shadow Captain, as he's called, persuaded the group to go a sea with their course charted for the Bay of Bones. But that adventure doesn't begin until this morning, so they've had time to rest and prepare. The captain introduced the party to Weng, his first mate, who asked the party to help in freeing one of their crewmates, the Elbow, who found himself in jail after some kind of encounter with a goat and an old woman. Anyway, the magical prowess and shadowy skills of the crew of the Grey Tide started to become more apparent as Weng teleported the party ashore, and then later discovered that a very drunk Thomas Armhinge, aka the Elbow, had used a malfunctioning teleportation spell on the goat, which sent it zipping around town, invisible and terrified. The group rallied, though. Jeshi tried a bizarre interrogation technique. Kira decided to swap places with the Elbow in jail so he could help the party find the goat. Kins used her magical shield to track the animal. Belrissa was looking through her magical telescope to find it. It was a group effort. You met Barabbas, the dwarven proprietor of the general store. Jeshi made some...
Did I meet Barabbas, the general proprietor of the
did.
store?
Listen, you made choices, okay?
That is a fact. It was your idea.
That's a classic.
And you left Jeshi on his own to make some questionable arrangements with Barabbas in exchange
Gull
for
was on
supplies
because of Jeshi. So.
for their voyage.
Gull Prime.
Gold Prime.
Use that sub.
Gull Prime. Barabbas, if you guys are looking for investors, he might have interest. So, finally, through a surprisingly competent and frankly off-brand plan, the party managed to rescue the goat, dispel the magic, and the sailor was set free. It's now early the next morning, and your voyage aboard the Grey Tide is about to begin. So, what's the plan?
Can we get? Can you tell us a little bit about like how how are the quarters arranged? Are we adjacent to each other? Are we on different parts of the ship?
Well, you are still at the Sleeping Savior, having just woken up.
Oh, we're not even on the boat.
morning.
You've come downstairs. You've been awoken. You're typically up fairly early, and you know that Emmy is up early because she's baking the morning bread and muffins and everything as the sailors and fishermen come in for their morning coffee and breakfast on their way down to the docks. You guys are congregated downstairs, and Emmy, she understands what's going on. She's seen this look on you all's faces before. You're leaving again.
On my way out, I will dispense for Emmy and the bar a portion of the keg that I bought so that she can sell it if she wants or drink it. Do whatever you want,
dispense
Emmy.
it. What do you?
On the
Where are you
floor.
putting it?
I think into another barrel.
Okay,
Mop it
Whatever
up and
she
wring it
has.
out of the mop. It'll be
Yeah,
really
mop
good
it,
to
mop
sell.
it, mop it, mop it, mop it.
got it.
She'll
Fuck
figure
it,
it
beer.
out.
This is the dwarven keg you bought from Barabbas.
That's right, but I'm taking most of it with me.
Okay. You're
I think
bringing it
it'll
with
come
you.
come in handy.
Little bartering.
Yeah, a little bartering, little
tool.
get everyone drunk and learn some secrets.
Tight,
Excellent.
tight.
Excellent.
Why do you all know magic? What do you guys think? Is that what we should do? I could leave it all here.
I mean, it's been made pretty apparent that Greygaze can like his kitchen is pretty. I mean,
Yeah, it was a good breakfast.
it was a good breakfast.
Well, I mean,
It's well stocked.
overcooked
Homeboy
the
hooked it
eggs.
up, you know.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm just
bring most of the
commenting
food.
on the what did you say? We added like muffins to the bread. Like that's cool. It was just bread and bacon for so long. Like I like that we have another item on the menu.
Red
I'll
bacon and
comment on
muffins.
that as we head out. Yeah.
Yep, some fresh
Our plan
blueberry
is to fill
muffins.
the whole chalkboard with items, but right now it's just like the top 10%.
That's right.
Beer,
Did you not write it big
bacon.
enough to
Beer,
take up the whole thing?
bacon,
It's just
bread.
three tiny.
No, it's
No, you wrote
big
it too
room
big,
for
so the last
growth.
few letters don't fit because it's kind of real squished and sideways.
Not
at the
everything
bottom.
is spelled correctly, but it is what it is.
Jeshi and writing are not best of friends.
Yeah, I'm not like a bad speller, but I made a couple mistakes and the handwriting is atrocious. But it's easy to read beer and bread and bacon, the 3 B's.
Anyway, Emmy is she's looking, she looks up at you as you're all headed towards the door, and she kind of hands you a bag, and it has some baked goods in it, and she puts her hand over yours, Vinadil, kind of. Come back in one piece this time, would you?
Do my best.
I glance at Belrissa like,
She
Keep an eye on Ren for us.
Okay, I'll try not to die too. See you later.
As you step towards the door, everybody filters out. Vin, you end up being the last one because Emmy kind of was holding your hand, and you turn around, and as you look towards the door, floating in front of you is the ghostly form of the young girl, Ren. She's kind of just dancing through the air. Her sort of ethereal hair is just sort of flowing in the non-existent wind, and she's got a big smile on her face. She's just looking right at you.
You take care of everything while we're gone, Ren.
Bye, Vinadil. And she taps your chest and she says, I hope we see both of you later. And she just floats up into the ceiling.
What?
Well, that's disconcerting.
Okay, did I hear Vin talk?
Nope. No one heard what she's. Well, you heard me talk, yeah, but.
I heard you talk. You're just declaring this. Vin, who are you
well,
talking to?
I was talking out. I was just saying goodbye to Ren.
Ren, the girl.
The alternatively alive young lady who lives here.
Vin,
Yes,
was it?
yes.
Are you talking about? You talking about the girl that was supposed to be in the same? You wanted to be, like be bunkmates with her when I
Right,
first showed
yeah.
up,
She
right?
does stay in the room that we
Right.
we had you staying in. But she
Right,
really,
but-
I mean, to be fair, she stays kind of everywhere. So,
Hmm.
but that was her room traditionally.
No. I went
Well,
with Jessie. We were
right.
bunkmates for instead because I don't want to be.
Yeah, so I
drowned.
guess I moved into that room this go
Right.
around. But I mean, it's been redone since the fire. So
I mean, renovations don't really get rid of the tiny spirit child that was.
no, she's still here.
No, she's still there. Okay,
She's great
Just,
though. Ren's
great.
great.
just making sure we're on this. Okay, we're on the same page. Perfect. Absolutely lovely. Good. Good morning, by the way. Good.
Good
Everyone's here.
morning,
We're leaving.
everyone.
It's fun.
Everything's completely
Goodbye,
normal.
spirit
Let's
child.
go.
Guys, are we ready to go on a boat? We had really good luck last
Hell
time we were
yeah.
on a boat.
You know,
yeah.
And the time before that when we were on a boat. Also really good luck.
Belrissa, do you have water breathing? Just wondering.
No, I don't have that anymore.
Okay.
do you have water breathing, Kens?
Yes. I just wanted to see like if somebody else did, but it's good enough for all of us.
I can
Just
hold
in
my
case.
breath.
I mean,
good for
Jessie
one of
can
it.
get pulled in the water,
Yeah, 'cause
Stuff
that's
happens.
like an all day thing, isn't
Ooh,
it?
if he has water breathing and he's inside a monster, does that count as water? Like, can he breathe inside a monster's belly?
You know, I'll try next time. We'll try
Stomach
something.
acid breathing?
Yeah.
Right.
Depends.
Oh gosh.
The frog myth was quite roomy.
Yeah, as long as it's a giant creature, much larger than Jessie.
I've gotten really good at, you know how sometimes you like, if you eat a piece of chicken, like you accidentally swallow the bone. If it's this way, it really gets stuck in there. I've started using my hammer when I go in. I try to wedge it in there. Helps.
He's starting to build techniques, strategies, tactics for being
And then I
inside
just,
monsters.
instead of swinging it, I just kind of jam the edge against the throat, and I'm like, smite.
Do you do you not think that that store that Jessie went to that I didn't get? Do you think it's open this early? Do you think it's
Oh no, Barabbas sleeps in.
right? Okay,
Say that.
Of course.
It
Yeah.
didn't strike me as the up early and ready to go.
That makes sense.
I picked up some things for you. We'll see on the boat.
Okay. I mean, I didn't get a chance to give you my list.
Yeah,
So
what were you looking for?
I mean, just a few things. She'll like throw
he
like
doesn't
a
really-
8.5 by 11 sheet of paper.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Okay. No.
A few quick. I mean, it's not a lot. There were a few priorities, but I've put little stars next to them. It doesn't matter. I'll figure it out later. Don't-
Okay, we should talk to the ship too. Maybe
Right.
maybe they have it. I don't know.
We're bound to make stops on the way.
Yeah, of course, it's silly, and I'll let the paper kind of just fall onto the ground like a dirty litterer.
Kira, we're gonna get you a shop.
Aw.
We're gonna shop.
And I think that that one thing I'll who wants to play a part in my tiny role play that I'm about to go on here for a hot second? Just any one person. who's gonna see what was written on the paper. Somebody put their hand up before I go crazy.
I totally picked up the paper. Yeah.
Okay, so you look at the paper. The thing that has like 3 stars next to it, that has the more stars than any other item on this giant list of stuff that I wanted to buy, is like a giant hat with a feather in it, like just like a really big ostentatious hat, and it doesn't, you don't really know why that would be, but that was like underlined. I like outlined the letters a couple of times. There's like some stars next to it.
Mrs. Giant Hat.
Right, like giant hat, like a really nice big hat.
You're not even
What
the
you would
first
feel like a
person in this
bard
party
have.
to like go on a quest for a giant hat.
I do have a giant hat you could borrow. We got it in the desert. It's like huge.
And not like a Pharrell like happy music video bucket hat. Like that's a little different. I think that's not quite what we're talking about.
That's not it.
No,
You want like a swashbuckler hat, like a big,
like a swashbuckler, yeah, like a
Yeah.
bard hat.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
feather.
Yeah, big.
Yeah, Belrissa has like a huge sun hat,
It's a sun hat.
which I was accidentally gonna be like a Rasta hat, and then like one of those, like put
Which
your
would do a
dreadlocks.
lot of good in the desert.
Yeah. That. Luckily, you got the right hat.
Yes.
I just pocketed. I pocket the list.
Okay. So if you ever have, if that's the item, if they ever decide that that's important enough to bring up again, that was the big thing that was on the list.
Nice.
Up to you.
So the other thing you notice as you're outside is there's a thick fog that has rolled in this morning. It's dense. It makes everything very quiet. Like the sound is deafened, and as you make your way down towards the docks, it's just this real eerie, kind of spooky feeling of.
Is it natural, or is there any sense that it's magical in nature?
You could make an Arcana check.
Could.
Was it?
It would. 13.
13.
13. Yep.
The whole 13. It's hard to tell. I mean, it feels like regular fog, but it doesn't, like you haven't seen fog like this here before. It's real thick, but at the same time, it feels pretty normal. Like it feels, the moisture on your skin and just the sound it makes. It seems pretty legit.
Didn't who told us that like the ship originally came in on a
Yeah, that's
with
what I was
fog
saying.
like that?
Yeah, like when they showed up, it's like there was a big fog, then all of a sudden the ship arrived.
Yeah.
And then the fog went away. It seems like Remus said that or something when he
Yeah.
explained how the ship got here. Yeah.
That is correct.
So
That's
it's,
what he told you.
The ship's traveling fog.
I mean, that's what it made me think is like, okay, is it time? Like, is this what happens when the ship's ready to leave? We just have fog appear and then,
You've just got 6 mages on the front deck, just spitting up some fog. Time to go.
They've had the smoke machine going all night long.
Presentation is really important.
I mean, maybe it's a light show about to happen, yeah.
This all reminds me of the old storm on the island there, Kins. Do you know how Cobb said, like, that they were talking about you? Is there anything you, like, don't want somebody who's loose-lipped in the party to share? like Vin?
Like Vin. I think Vin would know not to just go bragging about that I'm the Grove Keeper and that there's this magic tree with a potential
listening?
power source and all of that. So don't say any of those
Don't
words.
say those words. Okay.
Oh, it's a secret tree?
Well, I'm just saying, like, if someone,
Okay.
if someone was looking for the tree as
I mean,
like
to
a
be
place.
fair, Cobb had a kind of a front
think
row
people know
seat
about
to the
the tree, though.
experience. So if he told them, they'd pretty much know the true
Oh
story.
yeah, Cobb probably told them everything
But
because he got really drunk.
He didn't recognize. He wasn't present
was-
for all of it.
he was,
and
like,
you've
wrapped up.
described it afterwards of seeing it going in the tree and all that. It was crazy.
I wonder
I
if my
talked to that
druid
tree.
senses will go off if something ever happened to the tree. Probably. Like I would feel like a little tingle or something. My shield would glow. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm sure I would know if there was danger back there.
wow!
It's probably fine.
This is so cool. Man,
It does feel like maybe you're missing a couple of lessons on the whole how to become a grove keeper.
I
track.
asked for lessons, and I was told I already have everything I need. So
Yeah, also not every tree has like a storm giant that helps guard it, so it's
Well, I mean that does make you feel better.
relatively safe.
yeah. Maybe
As
one
you-
day we can go back and say hi to Triel, Joshi.
As you're talking, you make your way down to the docks, and normally you could see the docks, but the fog. You have to kind of turn a corner, get a little closer, and as you approach the usual spot, you can't actually see far enough out to see the Grey Tide, the ship, the large galleon pirate ship. But you do see standing at the docks is John's, and he's standing there, and Kira, make a perception check.
Okay. Oh, it's very exciting.
Oh
He is dead.
Yeah. John.
Well, we're not taking a boat. We know that much. Oh.
Well,
Rip.
What is it?
Maybe I clicked the wrong.
can someone
I
else
have
do
no
it?
idea.
Oh no, you.
It's up for us
It's-
on roll 20, a quick
It's
3.
a 3.
Oh,
How is it a 3?
Okay.
Oof.
Yeah.
You put points in perception, man.
I
Jeez.
man, I messed up this character. What about like a little?
You're good at other stuff, I think. Maybe.
I mean,
You rolled like 4 nat 20s in one session. Like
43
that's
stealth.
You
That's
had,
true.
like, yeah, the
you got to
highest
take
roll ever.
your threes sometimes. It's all right.
All right, taking my 3s. So here I am seeing my favorites.
So, actually, Kira, as you look down, you're thinking to yourself, "Who is that handsome pirate? Who is that? It's another someone else we get to meet finally." Like,
no.
all right, here we go. And as you guys get a little closer, you see that it is indeed John's. But John's is looking a little different today. He's not.
Oh my gosh.
It's the same. It's the same person, but he's a little more put together. He's got a bit the look on his face. You would think like, okay, like he's not as unsure of himself. He's waiting for you, and there's a bit of a grim look on his face, and he's kind of standing up a little taller. And as you come up though, he kind of melts a little bit as all of you walk on. He says,
Morning.
"Good morning. I'm to take you aboard. Please keep your voices down. Are you ready?
Oh.
Why are we whispering?
Yeah, why are we whispering?
It's what we do. Are you ready to go or not?"
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach out to shake his hand, just as a greeting, and just see if my hand actually hits where I expect it to. Like
He
I've
sort of
seen them all
awkwardly
do.
takes it, and
No, just like a handshake
Do you
and
need-
move on. But
he like thinks you're asking for help down onto the ship. So he
just
like
like, "Good
tries
morning."
to.
Joel.
good morning, Johns.
yeah.
You know.
I'll be hopping on as I'm getting into the boat here. I'll give him a little once up and down and just kind of nod a little bit. And, all right, and go sit down.
Johns, be careful.
He
with
blushes
this.
just a little bit, but then
Hand him the keg. Careful. get it in.
yeah.
All right, you don't give me the keg back. You take the food. Take the food. Take the food.
It's this huge satchel that he.
All right.
Yeah. So you guys managed to get into the rowboat, and he begins to row, and there's a bit more. He's just got this look of like concern on his face, and he's paddling, and as he dips the oars into the water, he's trying to make the smallest wake possible and kind of keep. He's clearly making an effort to keep, the splashing and any noise down. And
Johns, did something happen? Why are we so sad and serious and quiet?
he says, "No, nothing happened. We're just quiet when we leave. It's part of what we do. And I've been asked to keep it down as we bring you across. It's okay, though. It's fine. Just we're almost there."
Yes, I've heard.
Can I
about
insight
this.
check Johns?
Yeah.
With my I don't know, feminine intuition.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Also, the insight skill. That
Yeah.
that works too.
We all have insight.
Driven by feminine intuition,
A
yes.
skill called insight.
I would like to add +2 to this roll due to feminine intuition.
2 of your 4 proficiency can be
Here, my
derivative.
form- yeah, it's a
Derivative of-
14.
14. Yeah, I mean, you don't notice really anything of note. He's seems that's whatever he said. He seems to believe, and that's the best impression you have. Just a little awkward for sure, and he's clearly like, yeah, it's not as loose as it was before.
Lean over to Belrissa. I've heard about this, so we had to do this sometimes when we were on guard, and like, you can't laugh, you can't smile, you have to be very serious business.
That's
People used to try to tell me jokes when I was on guard. It got me in a lot of trouble.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Totally leaning back and just like closing my eyes and waiting for us to be there. Like, cool. Like,
I'm gonna turn
Here
to
we go.
Johns, even though he's trying to be super serious right now, and I'm gonna say, so Johns, can you settle an argument? Can you spell your name? Because
Now I'm interested.
I am
We
too.
have
Like,
many-
we got gold
we've-
on this.
we've had,
This is so good.
many spellings of beautiful names, and I'm just wondering, how do you spell your name?
He seems a little confused for a second, and he says, Jonns. Why?
2 N's.
We're all
Did anyone have
O?
that in the pool?
J-O? You sure it's not an A? They look very similar, Johns. An O and an A, but
So I glance at Vid and I'm like, so we all keep our money. It's fine.
Yeah, it's that way.
I close my eyes again.
You guys make it up to the ship, and he's able to maneuver the boat to the side, and you all begin to climb the ladder to board the ship. As you guys make it up to the top of the ladder, you see that the crew is around and doing things. One of the things, actually, everybody make a perception check as you're kind of looking around, getting the lay of.
My best stat.
Yeah.
Perception.
23.
That's another 3. 2 in a row for Kira's
Getting him out of the way.
perception. She's,
10 for
Also
me.
Yeah,
23.
nice, yeah.
There we go.
18.
Okay. The group passed the roll easy. Yeah, those. So yeah, you guys are all together, just kind of looking around. There's like
Picking up my
less.
slack, gang.
First thing you
Appreciate
notice
it.
is there's less fog than there was on the shore. Like there's still fog everywhere, but it's not like it's not like you can't see your hand in front of you, right? You can kind of see the whole ship, and you can vaguely see sort of towards the edge of the harbor from where the boat is. The crew is moving around doing their tasks a little bit. You can tell that there's a bunch of guys on the rigging. There's people moving things around, like they're clearly getting ready to make way. But everybody is being very silent, like as quiet as they can. Nobody's talking. They're making an effort to move about the ship relatively quietly. It seems like clearly everybody is whatever this is. Everybody's in on it. Like the whole crew. There's barely a sound coming from this boat as like 40-50 people are moving around, moving heavy things. Making stuff
This
happen.
in my quarters. You can take this down to the kitchen. This is in my quarters.
As you're saying that to Johns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone.
As you say that,
Everyone.
you hear a voice. You hear the voice of Grey Gaze as the captain's quarters opens. The door to the quarters is maybe 10 feet to the left of where the entrance is, and that door kind of opens as you say that. And you just hear, belay that. You can carry your own gear downstairs, Jeshi. And he walks up. He's got his hands behind his back. Walks up to you. Good morning.
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 Well rested, I trust.
Suppose.
Good. We have a
Thanks,
long
Savior.
journey ahead. Kind of walks in front of you. Just very, if you remember, he's very, very put together, Captain Grey Gaze. He's got a kind of a steel with black leather eye patch across one of his eyes. He's got long kind of sort of scraggly, kind of greasy black hair, kind of a little bit below the shoulders, but it's mostly pulled back. He's got well-fitting but worn dark leather armor. Just a very long sword tied at the hip. He's just a very imposing figure, and he carries himself as such. He's the type of person that when he enters the room, he's the one. He's the guy, and he stands before you. He's about probably half a head taller than Vinadil, who's the tallest among you. And just kind of looks at you, and he starts talking. He says, I asked you to join us because we have a common enemy. Your experience dealing with these rifts and the guild will be invaluable in the battles to come. We don't often host guests aboard the Grey Tide, but she's a working ship, and I'd have you agree to my command before you come aboard. The Grey Tide has one captain. Do we have an accord?
Yeah, I guess so. How many cooks does the Grey Tide have?
You're the captain.
Yeah, while on board. Seems reasonable.
Yep.
Welcome aboard the Grey Tide. He steps back and turns, kind of walks away from you, and he climbs there's basically like a set of stairs / ladder that goes up to the aft castle where the helm is. And he climbs up, and as he does, the rest of the crew seems to react and kind of look over, and that's in and of itself a signal that it's time to go. So as he moves up, he moves over, and several of the crew move over to where to raise the anchor. And as you do, you see Weng kind of come out of, he's been over on one side, and he kind of walks up and, follow me, I'll show you to your quarters. And he walks on the opposite side. There's a door and a set of stairs that lead down into the ship.
Okay.
I'll go with
Down we go.
Yeah.
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 So
Most
he,
of us with a reasonably sized backpack, and Jessie
Yes.
with a bag of food and a
And a keg.
and a cake.
Yes, somebody is a planner. And
So you follow Weng, who's the first mate of the ship, and he takes you down into the first level of the hull. And there's what you'd expect to find. There's storage, there's different quarters, especially back in the rear of the ship. There's a bunch of rooms and everything set up. And one room in particular has been set up. It looks like for you guys, there's 5 hammocks that have been kind of laid out along the edges of the room. There's a kind of a stand-up thing for storing your clothes, and just some general foot lockers and things like that. It's not it's not quite as cozy as the Sleeping Savior. It's a bit more cramped, of course, and the hammocks are stacked, so almost like you guys are definitely kind of packed in a little bit, but it does seem relatively cozy considering you're on a boat. And he's standing there, and as he's kind of standing at the door, and you guys kind of brings you in, and you see coming up from behind him is Thomas Armhinge, aka the Elbow, and he kind of walks up, and Weng kind of hears him coming. He goes, "Oh!" And as he turns around, Thomas just punches him as hard as he can in the dick, just punches him so hard, and Weng. I probably deserve that.
God.
Thomas
to
just
be
walks
on
right by.
guard.
He just punches him so hard and just keeps walking. And
Kira will kind of like lean down and give him a little finger scoop on the chin. Chin up there, William. Your best friend just got out of jail.
so he did.
So Wang, do you have any nicknames, or is it just Wang? What do we call you?
Oh. Wang will do. get yourself situated when you're ready. Come up.
Are we gonna have to like whisper the whole time, or is that just for like taking off?
And
Everyone's very
Because
serious.
I don't. If we're all gonna be so serious, it's gonna be a long trip.
Yeah,
You
why
only
so
whisper for
serious?
so long.
he does not answer, and he just walks away.
What?
And he looks like he's headed back above deck. So you guys are now in your quarters.
Guys.
This is gonna be less fun than I thought
I
it
don't know
was.
how if I can do this.
I'm
Why
turning
can't
on my
whisper this
dancing
long?
lights. Like I'm spinning around dancing lights in my hand. And like
We have fireballs and we have like wild shape. Like we are a very loud group. This is not going to work out.
And like, I can't keep Ziggy quiet. That's never gonna
Oh
happen.
yeah, Ziggy is not going to be quiet.
can't find my
What'd
lost
you-
my
Kin-
chip. I don't
Kins,
know where my
are-
chip is.
Oh no.
Kira's gonna start checking around for like. She
Check for
assumes that in
traps.
some way, not even traps, but like that we're being watched somehow, or that there's like
Hidden
a hole in,
camera.
like a two-way, like a one-way
Hey, wait,
glass. or-
Kira,
Oh.
use this. Use the spyglass.
but
Oh,
she's
yeah,
pulling
true
at, like,
sight.
Oh, you
boards
have
on
to-
the walls and.
All right, make an investigation
You're
check.
handing me
Kira.
that. What am I
Do you
getting?
need to attune to it?
Yeah,
Alyssa?
you have to attune to
Okay,
it.
can
Make
maybe you
Melissa
look
do it.
around. Maybe there's like
Kira looks into it. It's just a kaleidoscope. The room's reflected 800 different times upside down.
whoa.
I mean, that's neat. That's not really helping me find what I'm looking for. So there you go. You can have that back.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty.
It looks very nice. Yeah, wonderful.
Okay.
Does the inside look like remember how we've been describing the ship as sort of like the illusion, or is it what it would look like?
Used.
Fancy or old?
Used. Yeah. Is it fancied up, or is that like not
Yeah.
what it looks like?
So Kira, make an investigation check to look for traps and whatever else you're looking for, secret stuff. And Kins and
okay.
Belrissa can make perception checks to check out the room, see what you notice about it.
With the spyglass.
Okay.
24 perception.
13.
Do I
13.
get like advantage for the spyglass or something?
No, but it
Why
does
am I
allow
such
you
a
to see
dumbass
things
tonight? Like, what's like the like?
aren't.
I'm really doubting my own intelligence. Going into all these like, I'm on a pirate ship. I'm like the pirate. I was away on like pirate missions for 6 months, and now I come back and I'm just like, I mean, everything looks pretty good.
Do pirates usually trap their own ships?
Kira
Weird
wouldn't know,
guess.
apparently.
I don't know.
Seems dangerous.
It doesn't seem so because you don't really find anything. I mean, there's a couple of boards that are like a little loose, and it kind of plays into what Kins is noticing too. And Belrissa, as you look around,
At
you don't-
12, yeah.
Yeah, you don't see anything in the spyglass that's not there normally. Yeah, Kins, you kind of just, you're getting the lay of the place, and it's definitely like this ship has been through countless battles. And there you could see that there's scars and damage from, all kinds of things that you couldn't even really name. Like things are broken and cracked that you can't imagine how they got that way. But it's very functional. It's definitely not a ship you're going to bring nobles aboard for a long, comfortable journey, right? Like this is a ship built for battle. But it's not, it's also not, it's not about to sink or anything, but certainly not the glamored brand new look of outside.
All right. I'll glance at the stacked hammocks and I'll be like, I call top.
Yeah,
I'll
I call
just,
the
like,
other
pop
top.
up there.
The other top.
I mean, there's not like 5 stacked in a row, right?
No, it's 2, 2, and 1.
Oh, I'm
Kira
calling
will
this.
toss her bag on the other single.
That's fine.
Guess I'll jump in underneath Belrissa. Like, all right,
All right.
I'm used to that
Guess I'll get in the
snore.
bottom.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ladies
kid-
first, gentlemen.
Kins,
Yeah.
like, do you think that they're making the weather?
That they're making the weather?
Yeah, you know how like there was the storm and you can control storms? Maybe they're doing that. Maybe they're like, oh, there's a storm. You could strike me with lightning if I'm too loud.
Well, if they
They
strike you
probably
with
will.
lightning, I'll strike them with lightning back.
I mean, I think
just
that's
be a
something we'll
lightning
find
off.
out. We've got
like
we've
that.
got weeks with these folks. I think we're probably gonna learn their tricks pretty quickly.
God, I hope they have fun. My God.
No, I intend on learning a lot more than that.
I'm definitely bringing the dancing lights with me up
More
to the
than
top
that.
as we go. Yeah, I mean, we need to
It's
figure
just
out.
a big ship. I've not got a cloak that hides me for nothing. I'm gonna go have a look around tonight.
There you go.
Is it
Cool.
dark in our space? Or are the dancing lights enough to sort of light it up?
There's also a burning oil lantern.
Oh,
It's kind of hanging on the inside of
Very
the,
nice.
like right on the inside of the door on the wall. So it's a dim light, and there's some light leaking in from the portholes as well.
you know, last time we were on a ship together, Kira, we all got to know each other quite well. So I'm thinking we should.
Really?
What's that?
Really?
Yeah, so yes, I mean, you share the same space. Like, it's, you know, you start to learn things about people, like who's.
I mean, we also saw a man eaten by snakes multiple times, and
Well,
you know,
Yeah.
a giant squid destroyed a whole boat.
Yeah.
There's lots of things that
See,
happened
you-
last time we were on a ship, but you know.
Jesse made it sound a bit like fun, and you've just
Yeah,
kind of
most
taken
of it
yeah,
was
no.
fun.
This doesn't seem like the party boat.
Those parts were
Fun.
fun too.
You know, I mean, you know, we
The
did
man
have
getting
times
eaten
where
by
we
the snake,
sat
that
I
was
mean,
a
not when the
fun-
guy died. That was sad. But
Right, it was
Mm.
fun. Everybody had a good laugh about
all,
that. Okay.
all three
yeah.
times.
He like got cursed and
yeah.
Oh.
turned into. It was bad. It was
Three
very bad.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring them back, and then they just.
But no, what I'm thinking is we got to
Look,
think of some
we
kind
tried.
of game. We need like a card game or dice game. I bought them at Barabas's thing. So
Oh, did you?
A dice
Had
game?
Fun? Did you
No,
have
well,
lots of
not
nice
the
things for
game,
you to
just the
buy? Was
dice.
that
I don't know
okay?
the game.
Sure.
We have to make up a game.
you can have them if you want. Is what I'm
No,
saying.
no,
Was
it's not,
shared
it's not
space.
about that. That's not what it's about.
You
Dragon.
need a snack? Need a quick snack?
Maybe. I mean, what have you got?
Anyone here know how to play
A lot.
dragon
Want some
chess?
jerky?
Dragon. chess?
Dragon chess.
I've got a
What's dragon
set.
chess?
I've never played before, but I do have a dragon chess set.
Oh.
No, you
Could
have a
be
set and you've
fascinating.
never played.
I mean, you know, you pick things up. I'm not saying I
It's a
bought a
strange-
set.
strange
I'm just
thing
saying
to
I acquired a set.
Bring on the boat
It
with
looks
you.
really nice. Stays in my
Dolores.
backpack all the time.
Okay.
That and my bell. I have a bell too, you know.
You've been
What?
carrying this
because-
around?
Like
with
like
you?
are
like
you?
a, like a jingle bell or like a gong
Remember, you don't
bell?
remember hearing it when we were stuck
Like
underneath the
he's
sand?
got a
and I was
Liberty
just-
Wait, is there something I can roll to like become a secret dragon chess like hustler, like a god at dragon? That like what can I?
Dragon chess proficiency.
You need to read
I
a
guess
book.
we'll just find out
for
if you play.
48
whether
hours.
Yeah,
you
make
can hold
a
it out.
let's see, dragon chess. Make a intelligence check real quick.
Okay.
Gaming check.
Oh, okay.
Gaming
Side
check.
note: Gary Gygax created a game called Dragon Chess. It is
Oh.
3D chess variant. What?
Of
the
course he
crap?
did.
3D chess is intimidating to me.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
2D chess.
Sorry.
isn't it?
Okay, that's
Oh,
a
nice,
19.
Kira.
19. Okay.
job.
Yeah, you have. Considering what Vin
19
just said,
years.
yeah. So you're very familiar with the game. Played it a lot when you were young. Played it with the old crew. It was taught to you by your mentor in the crew, and
Great.
in fact, the very mention of it brings back some uncomfortable memories. I expect. But you're quite good at that game.
You know, Vin, I've actually never played dragon chess. I'd love to learn sometime. Might be fun to put a little bit of a wager on it. You know, just to as long as you promise to teach me is all.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Ooh, can other people wager on?
Yeah, I think we gotta.
Somewhat
Please.
Kick some
familiar.
ass.
I think it'd be fun if we all
Kira,
just put in a lot of money. just
make
to
a
try
deception
it, you know,
check.
just for the first time.
Deception
A lot
check.
of money.
Deception check. Okay.
Yep. Make a deception check.
I mean, usually like cards or dice for that.
10.
10.
Wow. With a
Vin,
+7.
make an insight check.
Insight check.
Get it, Vin.
Contest.
Oh,
my
It's
God.
a tie.
10.
10.
Oh, okay,
So-
okay.
Is there a roll off?
No,
Well,
Stalemate. Gesture.
I'm not going to give anything away, even if I do see something. So I'm just going to be like, yeah, it would be fun to learn
You guys are really
together.
intense
We
about
could learn
this game.
together. I mean, we're going to be on a boat for weeks.
What's that piece
What
called?
better to do than dragon chess? That's a sylph.
What's that piece called?
It's a mage.
What's that piece called?
It's an oliphant.
Oh,
I like the Oliphant.
yeah. Do you
I
have a
wager
favorite
on
piece?
that. $10 on 10 gold on the Oliphant.
Vin, as
that
you
how
put
that
the
works?
Oliphant down on the small little wooden table, suddenly the boat lurches as the anchor comes free and the whole the little pieces fall over onto the floor
Oh no!
and clank a little bit. But
Definitely
you
going
can,
to have to figure out a better
Yeah.
time to play.
you can
Seeing
feel
a
that
bit
the
of a
boat is
flaw in our-
underway.
Idea of playing while we're moving along.
Well, there's a table. I mean, it'll be fine.
It's immediately smooth. It's just that initial lurch as
Yeah.
the as
I put
the-
it all back away though. But just figure while we're on the boat, who knows? Learn
You
some
let me know
dragon.
anytime you feel like giving me a quick lesson.
I like it. How
You
much
can-
gold do you have, Kira? Like it's just
Oh.
a topic we
Wow.
haven't really covered, but just not to get
So-
too personal, but just
Right. Obviously.
we kind of been assuming all the
Party
costs,
funds.
which we're fine to. But
You know,
yeah,
it's
party
just
party
like it's normal to
funds
talk about,
in.
what your salary is with your friends while you're out at
Well,
movies
yeah.
and stuff.
But if you're gonna give it a ballpark, just
Where do I
Oh my
okay.
gosh, Finn.
So I'm gonna try to play this. What's the game? You guys ever played Pandemic, the board game? Pandemic, where you
Oh,
have to
yes.
you have to role play, but without being too specific.
Mhm.
So I'll hold out I'll reach into my bag and kind of pull out like a pouch that it like this string that's holding this pouch might break, and you can see it kind of break, and I'll worry about it breaking, so I'll kind of toss it and catch it on the bottom, and it's loud. It's like I've done all right for myself. I'm not, wouldn't call it that's a lot on the wrist. I'm gonna put this away, but I wouldn't call it excessive, but certainly woman in my line of work, and you could do all right, I suppose.
all right. No, just good to know you can take care of it. Didn't know if you would need us to cover any costs on these stops or
I
whatever.
mean, we're open to investments in the tavern too.
Oh, sure. I mean, I'll keep you posted, but and Jay, just because I don't know the proportions of what is or isn't a lot to me. I currently have 882 gold in my personal inventory, so I don't know if that's
It's
like
all copper in there.
We don't know what's a lot either, which is why
Okay.
we
Finn.
keep getting into
Yes, we do.
scuffles over over gold amounts. But yeah, cool.
the
I'm totally excited for Dragon Chess.
All right, so as you guys make your way back up to the upper deck, you can see that there's about 5 or 6 of the crewmen are on the capstan, and they're moving, kind of walking and turning it to lift the anchor all the way back up. And as you look up, you can see that the captain up on the aft castle is maneuvering the ship, basically as you're in this harbor, so the ship actually needs to turn. So you can see that he's maneuvering the helm so that the current kind of turns the ship slowly, and as the anchor comes up, you can see that there's a bunch of sailors are working the rigging to turn the sails and unfurl certain sails and things like that to kind of get the ship into the right position. There's just a slight breeze that happens to be going the right way, so you can see they're very, very good at what they're doing, and they're very quiet. It's awkward, just like you kind of expected. And you kind of come up, and you can see everybody's just moving around silent. Nobody's talking. And as you get a little bit, basically the way the harbor works is, as you get to the west side of Portsmouth, there's an inlet that goes out into open ocean, and kind of there's like a sandbar, basically, that kind of on the far side of the harbor. There's like a long spit that comes out. And so you're kind of going like in this inlet that goes through 2 sandbars and out into open ocean. And you can see as the ship slowly maneuvers away, you're coming out of the fog. And most of the fog is kind of staying around the Portsmouth area and not really following the ship. And the further away you get, the fog begins to dissipate. As you pull out of the inlet, kind of through some of the breaking waves, the ship begins to rock. You can see that the crew begins to relax a little bit. Some of the men start talking. They start making just a little bit more noise with some of the things they're doing. You can see everybody kind of relaxes as you begin to get out of earshot of Portsmouth. And by the time you're all the way out into open ocean beyond the breaks, the ship turns to the right, starts to catch the wind, and head south. you can see over the dunes of the sandbar and the outer breaks. Just over the ridge, you can see the fog has completely burned away from Portsmouth as the ship is gone. And you're now on your way.
I think we can all appreciate a little bit of theatrics, can't we? Just walking around the deck, just kind of spinning the dancing lights. Definitely.
Keeping the mystique there, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can appreciate it. I mean, it's got to have gotten them out of a couple of scraps, like the boat that never takes damage, the fog that rolls in.
Disappears and
Yeah.
without a sound, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's cool.
Kier will visibly pretend not to be impressed. And it's fine. You know, it feels like a bit much to me, honestly, but I suppose whatever floats the boat, am I right?
You hear a voice behind you, the voice of Thomas Armhinge. And you look back and he's curling up a rope kind of over his arm that he's got, and he says captain isn't the captain because he's not careful. More than a few situations that old trick has gotten us out of. It's worth it. It's important. It's just... So, you all feeling up for this journey?
Well, we're here.
Yeah.
Mostly ready, yeah.
Would be upset about a few more details.
Are there going to be stops on the way? We just I'm not quite sure.
Or is it
How
that we
many
don't want to
leagues
be
per
stopped
day?
at all?
How far is the
Do we have to
day?
sign up for the excursions, or is it like a limited supply? I just yeah. That's
All you can eat.
so, yeah.
Lots of COVID.
Oh no! Bummer.
He says, listen, I never got a chance to thank you for what happened yesterday. It's not my best day or night, couple of days. Anyway, yeah, thanks for that. I know Wang put you up to it, but you didn't have to do that, and appreciate it. I owe you
Hey,
one.
In the spirit of favors, you mind if I ask you a question?
Ask away.
I had a rather intense experience, I suppose, with the large orc woman. She came to visit when I was in the cell there, and I couldn't help it, just think a bit that you two have a little bit of you know her, there's a little bit of history, something between you guys. She was very, very adamant about knowing what you were up to, and not in a I'm the police kind of way, but in a you bastard, you better tell me what's going on because I know you better than that kind of way. What's that about?
You're very perceptive. We've spent a lot of time in Portsmouth, and Kith wasn't always married. Let's leave it at that.
Oh, you salty devil.
Oh no.
She also wasn't always the sheriff or whatever they call it. So that was weird too. Bit awkward.
I mean, she really grilled me there when I was wasn't sure if she was gonna slap another set of restraints on, or if we were just gonna start to have a shag right there on the folding down cot. And
Starting to make me feel like I should have stayed in that cell.
Believe me, I was able to diffuse the situation. I think handily enough, when there was nothing too awkward about it all. So,
Well, I'm here, so whatever you said worked just fine. He looks up at the captain, and the captain is standing over basically over the port rail. Just he's gazing out with his looking glass, and he seems to be just kind of he just likes the conversation. And he says, Captain, scanning for a shape. we saw in the water before pulling into Portsmouth. A strange shape in the water. Showed up several times but kept its distance, and when we pulled into the harbor, it didn't follow. But careful as always.
Like a swimming monster shape kind of thing.
Like big enough to.
Hard to
eat me?
tell. Could have just been a whale. But
Oh, so yes.
like I said, Captain's he doesn't take many chances with this kind of thing.
Okay.
How long did it follow you?
Not sure. Saw it once or twice over the course of a day. But it could be nothing.
I can help with that.
Oh?
Eagle Scout, fly out. I'll be up in the air.
I thought you meant like.
Oh no,
Oh my god.
Kins doesn't know any magic.
Eagle Scout. I've been trained in all kinds of wildlife identification. Like,
I can
my
tie so
honor.
many knots
No.
on this ship. Look at these badges.
Wow. Yeah, I have a sash. You didn't see that before?
I've got all my fish identification badges.
It's almost cookie season.
Where is
Anyway,
that thing? Yeah.
Basket weaving.
Today I learned that's why they call it that.
Kins doesn't actually know any
Oh my
magic. I
gosh.
don't know what she's talking about.
What?
Kins, you don't know magic.
I'm pretty sure they know I know magic.
Kins does know magic.
I mean, she was a rat the
I'm
first
like,
time they
oh,
met
no.
her, so.
Yeah. They know. They know.
As the captain did see her as a just on my shoulder.
Oh, okay. Well, he blew it.
Hins in her head is
Rats
realizing she
and-
said too many words to Jessie
Rats
not
and
to say,
pirate
so he's
ships.
probably confused right now about what he should be saying.
He says,
Ask Thomas, like, how many years back do you guys go with Portsmouth? Well, we've only been there a few
A
months.
few days. Oh,
And
yeah.
before that though, like
4 or
I
5
didn't
hours.
know it. I mean, I guess I knew it existed way back before, all of the calamity and everything. But like, we've been in Great Haven for decades. Those of us who have been alive for more than a couple decades, just, But yeah, how long have you guys been in and out of this port?
I've been with the crew maybe 20 years. Been through Portsmouth a dozen times over the years. It's one of the only ports on this side of the up this far north where you can get in behind the waves. So it's a sort of a staple stop. If you're up
Goodness
this way.
gracious, Thomas, did you say 20 years?
Years.
You look fantastic. That means you'd have to join the crew when you were like 6. That's ridiculous. I don't. Goodness, look at you. Well
Oh.
done.
Or do they do? Shh.
Is he human?
Oh, you look
He's
older
human.
than 26 to me.
Is most of the crew human?
It's a mix. Yeah.
Okay.
Is Thomas human? I might have just
I never
What did
really
I-
thought
Yeah, I don't
about it.
remember.
had a glance
Well,
at
I
my
switched
notes.
places with him
He's
in
just a
jail cell
giant
yesterday,
elbow.
So let's hope he wasn't like, a gnome. Because that would be really awkward.
Gnomes and orcs?
Oh my gosh.
The first mate was a half elf.
Yep, Wang is a
I
half
didn't
elf.
write down any
Okay.
of this.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Do, 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 do.
Is the captain human? Did we get that?
I think he
Yeah.
is.
Because
Or
remember,
But a
he's
really
like
tall human.
Well, he's
Appearing
like
that
a-
way? He's probably an elf.
He's like Aragorn, is what we were told.
Yeah.
He looks like Aragorn.
Oh, right,
It's
right,
So-
right.
Vigo.
so an elf?
Okay. Now we're
Yes.
talking.
No, not an
No,
elf.
The real
he's
name.
human.
We've got
No.
Vigo, but where's Hidalgo hiding? That's what I want to know.
Interesting.
Yes, he's human.
Okay.
Yep.
This is an awkward time to do this because we're having a conversation, but I kind of want to use detect because of the comment about 20 years and because I saw him do illusion. Now I'm questioning, like, does anyone actually look like what they look like? So I want to use detect magic to sense the
my
presence of magic within 30 feet of me.
They're all 2,000
I
years
know, I'm
old.
scared. I don't know what.
It's
Maybe
freaking
it's nothing.
you get overwhelming responses. There is magic everywhere.
Oh.
You're seeing magic daggers on belts. You're seeing bits
A
and pieces
hammer.
of the ship are magic. There's like literal components of the ship, like the yardarm itself on the main mast, like all the way across. It's glowing for some reason. You're just getting. It's like you can't even sort it out. There's magic everywhere. It's very, very magic.
So that I can just break my concentration, right? Like, because this says 10 minutes. I don't want this in my vision for 10 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
You can cancel the spell whenever.
Yeah.
Whenever you like.
It's just a migraine.
Yeah, that's how I feel like I'm arm hinge. That's who we're talking to, right? Now I'm so confused. How y'all are
I'm sure
so.
Thomas would do, Kins. He goes, my Thomas.
Oh, sorry. Do you prefer Thomas? I'm sorry. I got distracted by the whole elbow arm hinge. Sorry. Sorry.
I don't think you can say that name. You've got to be quiet. What are you doing? Like,
All right. Sorry.
He
I'm
throws
starting
you
to get a
overboard.
headache. I'm starting to get a headache. No. Y'all are that's so magical. Like we saw some power that y'all did. I know you said your magic is like different than other kinds of magic, but do you have to think about your magic? Like, do you have to hold it in your mind and concentrate, or is this just something that is totally outside the realm of my understanding of magic? Although I don't think you would know my
Limited
understanding, but my
understanding.
limited understanding of,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah. He
She
said.
can change into animals. That's it.
I can do that.
He says he seems to be wrapping up whatever work he was doing, and he's thrown a bunch of ropes into like a wooden box that he's picking up, getting ready to walk away. But he says, to be honest, I'm relatively new to that part of it. Not very good at it, as you saw firsthand. I do have to concentrate quite a bit when I'm using it. And there are certain aspects of it, yeah, that require you to focus the entire time. But you might ask Weng. He's a bit more adept at that kind of thing than I am.
So,
Anyway,
does
no, go ahead.
does the cap or does Wing teach you the magic? How do you? You said you're new to it. How do you learn it?
Listen, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be talking about this kind of thing.
Yes.
Oh, it's okay. We
It's
can
okay.
whisper.
Yeah, you-
We're shipmates now. I mean, we all
Oh,
serve
can
one
you talk in
captain,
our heads?
right?
Like, just tell us in our heads. I'm just making assumptions wildly.
Don't do that to me.
Belrissa, make a persuasion check.
Yeah. 22.
Ooh.
You can see him obviously kind of looking around for who's in earshot, and he says, "The captain's the one who's the master of the arts. Weng is his sort of protege, and it trickles down to the rest of us. Longer you're on the crew, the more you learn, that kind of thing. Almost everyone can do a bit of it, though. It's kind of our trademark. But it all stems from the captain.
And it, like,
That's awesome.
is it from the gods, or is it arcane mostly?
No idea, mate.
Oh, you don't like? Do you have to do something to cast? Do you have like a book, or do you just do it?
As long as there's shadows, we can do it. That's all I really understand.
Yeah. Okay.
That doesn't really mean anything to me.
I'm not bothered by that statement.
They do call him the Shadow Captain, after all.
Oh,
Listen, I've got to
great.
get this downstairs.
Oh,
Let's,
real quick though, wait. Do you have
meet
any
up later
tips to
for a
talk
drink.
to Wang? Because like I don't really like him that much. Like I need to learn how to talk to him if we're gonna be on this ship for a long time.
How to talk to Wing? Well,
Just punch him in the dick.
That didn't seem very effective for talking.
It's quite funny though.
They become friends.
It was funny.
No, I don't think he says anything. He kind of just says, nah, kind of shrugs it off.
Bye,
and-
Thomas. Sorry.
Yep. Walks away.
I didn't mean to call him the elbow. It just came out. I'm sorry.
Do you know that
Look.
the elbow is kind of like an arm hinge?
Goodness
Yes,
gracious,
it is
Jesse.
actually.
Sweet
It is.
business.
It's
I think that's where the nickname came from because of the last name.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So, y'all, I kind of looked since there's a lot of magic. Like, there's daggers that are magic and all sorts of things that are magic.
More
Yeah,
than what we
gotta-
saw the other night. We were here
Yeah.
when we were on the ship. The whole ship was bloody magic.
Yeah, we're like on a magic. I don't even know.
magic ship.
This is way beyond my understanding
Do you
of
think
the
it
world.
can fly?
The ship?
Ooh, that would be cool.
What if in the middle of the night we just feel it just taking off and there's just in the sky? and there's
Never
nothing
to
we can
land
do?
again. Just be sky people living with the gulls.
Well,
We'll
they
have
definitely
a mobile,
followed us,
a
for
mobile
sure.
headquarters for Gulls Prime.
I think I know.
In the air.
I'm just picturing Jessie standing
Jay.
aboard this ship being like, we'll just be sky people. Living with
Sky people.
Gotta roll with it.
It's like,
I really want the captain to teach me that little blinky bit he does, where he can, be right behind somebody. I think that'd be
Be
very
really nice.
Yeah.
That would be super nice. I
May-
would love that.
Maybe that can be our exchange, right? Like,
Ooh.
so we do
Oh,
this
keep
this
your
thing
money.
for him, and he can like teach us his
Teach
shadow
us the
tricks.
blinky bit. Yeah.
I got these stumpy little legs, and sometimes I gotta chase things. It'd be nice to just kind of poof, and then smash.
Or Vin. If Vin could do that blinky thing and then he
Yeah,
could stab
I
anyone that
guess
he
Vin.
wanted to.
Yeah.
I suppose he said they need shadows. You don't suppose it's like some kind of dark magic.
Oh
or,
no, it's definitely dark
mean,
magic. I cast
That's
protection
okay.
from evil and good in myself.
Like, there's nothing wrong with a little shadow magic.
right. I mean, I've heard you cast darkness willy nilly on a whole group of people. They didn't even know
She
where they
also
were.
screamed bloody murder randomly while looking at a random statue. I'm sure that was nothing.
Yeah.
Normal, right?
Totally normal shadow magic.
Yep.
She also has a demon
Do-
cat that pees on things, comes back from the dead,
do we?
and she has on multiple occasions attacked me.
Wow. That's true.
And I believe
Mo-
it is because
mostly
I am a
accidentally.
servant of the light of the Forge Lord. And I believe that she is trying to extinguish my flame, the flame everlasting.
Is she allowed to do that?
Not so far. I mean, she just killed
Okay,
me once,
sure.
but I came back. I'm good. We're good.
I mean, I'm glad you're right.
I'm fuzzy on how. I guess somebody probably healed me, but
Yeah, meanwhile, I just make flowers and heal people.
yeah, you don't know any
Turn
magic.
into a polar bear. Like, yes. Okay,
Yes,
Jesse,
I
that's
like
the
you.
story.
You have to worry about. Is there any reason why you might have like a fit and attack me? I don't know where. I'm supposed, supposed to be prepared.
Who,
I
me?
won't hurt you. Yeah.
It's just so random. Sometimes it'll just happen.
Okay, so
We
it's,
can
but
never
it's not
tell.
just Jessie. It's anyone. We're all.
Oh, yeah, I got hit by her too. I didn't die, though.
Goodness.
It's
In
fine.
Portsmouth, in fact.
I feel like these were important details to tell me maybe before I decided to be on a a tiny
We're
room
just
with you for weeks on
messing
end.
with you.
You're
I mean,
fine. It's
There's a
Right.
reason we stay at range of the bad guys, because
Oh my
you just don't want to get too close to the things that Belrissa's shooting.
Are you
When you
telling
have-
me you've never had
you're
an
fine.
arrow go awry?
when you have the
Yeah.
power that I do, sometimes it cannot be controlled.
Yeah, she's just too powerful. That's really the truth.
Right. Okay. Sure.
It's the price you
worry.
pay.
Don't worry.
Good.
We'll revive you. We got Vin back, so
I think if all of us had a duel, she would win. That's my feeling.
I
something.
also agree.
Right. So easily the most powerful, but also the most volatile. I like that.
Oh, that's well said. Well said.
Life on the edge.
Yes. And then you have me, Kin's the most hardy, and then Vin, who had to spend several months as a robot for reasons unknown.
As you look over at Vin as you're talking, Vin, you
Uh-oh.
you guys look
Yeah.
over at Vinadil, and as you guys have been kind of like talking and looking around and just letting the time pass, and Vinadil has taken one of the main lines from one of the sails, and has basically adjusted it, retied it, and is expertly tying a knot, just like masterfully working the rope with his hands, standing kind of in the right spot, like just working the rigging while he's talking to you like it's second nature to him, no big deal. And you all notice this as you're talking.
Finn, what are you
Finn,
doing?
You're so good at boat stuff.
You're gonna mess up their stuff. You don't know how to sail.
Vin,
that knot.
you for the first time in probably 10 minutes, you realize what you've been doing. Your hands have been at work, you've been moving, you've been part of this conversation, but
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, the best way to learn is just to do things sometimes.
Oh,
And
Okay,
so,
guys. I would like to put money on Vin for the chess game.
oh my god.
You're
I
like
believe
make
he's
an
holding
insight
out
check
on us.
on Vin's sincerity about his skills with.
all right, we're going to go the other direction. Deception versus insight here.
boom, 23.
Nice.
Come on, Kara, you got it.
Damn, trust is a process.
21.
Oh, so close.
Something a little fishy, but you don't know him that well. I mean, he, maybe.
Do I have any kind of like added? I spent months with pirates.
Well, the thing is, he did it perfectly. You recognize enough that it's,
I mean,
you couldn't do
okay.
it yourself, but you're able to recognize that it was done right.
I'm a fast learner. Like, we did spend a few weeks at sea on the way down here. Been
Right,
watching
Vin.
these guys.
I'll waltz over to Vin and be like, "Hey, wait, teach me." And so I'll put my hand on the rope, like waiting for him to teach me.
I'm guessing I know nothing in this. Like, okay, so I look down and have no thoughts.
You couldn't tie this
yeah.
knot to save your life.
Yeah. It's like, really, we probably shouldn't have them see us messing around with the ropes. It's just kind of second nature. Did it for a while, but really, Kins, we should probably talk to Wang or Thomas before we get all of you guys' hands. You know,
I'm staring at
we'll just
Kira.
pretend. We'll just
I'm
pretend
like,
like,
I'm holding onto
Turn your
this
look
rope.
and go
let's
like,
kind of pretend like this didn't happen right here.
I'll look at.
And
I'm
just
not going to
kinda
break eye
strap
contact
it
with Kins. I'm going to keep eye contact with Kins, but address Vin and say, Vin, I think that was a expertly done knot. Well done.
Yeah, it's looks the same, right? Looks the same as these other ones. I mean, it's
It certainly does.
I don't know.
just I mean, I probably need to watch that myself. I do not want to become a deckhand on this thing, right? Right?
I'm going to glance towards the captain to see if he's watching us.
He's
Are
not.
we on the deck right now?
He's not.
You're on the deck.
He's not
yeah.
watching us.
You're on
We're
the
most
port side.
motley crew.
He's
Okay.
he's not
Are we
watching. He's
huddled
going about some
around.
business above. He's
Am
still
I supposed
actually
to talk to the captain?
moving around.
Didn't feel like it.
I mean,
We
what's his
can.
face said that he was looking for a
I could eat
monster.
breakfast. I'll be honest with you there.
But, you know, the captain himself came out as my ship, and I'm the only captain and all that. I was, listen, bro, my goodness, what a mouthful. Blah. Sure,
So we should just wait until someone tells us.
Mr.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's actually like a couple hours have passed. You guys, had the time is passing as
Okay.
as we're hanging out talking here.
The sun moving across. the screen
Yeah.
as a-
Yeah.
And the first day.
As
Is there like a show at 7? I just want to make sure we get our.
Yeah, where's our tour guide, our
Yeah.
narrator of?
Which day
On your
is
left,
Jamaica
you see?
again? I'm just trying to find my itinerary.
That's right. Get all of our outfits.
at one
Yeah.
point, one of the sailors walks over, look like he's on his way over to retie the sail to adjust the angle of the sail, and he comes over and he grabs it and just confused walks away like it's already done. He just doesn't understand what's going on there, but he goes back and throughout the day, a couple of times people come over and kind of ask for help with some tasks, this or that or whatever it might be, but generally people have kind of left you to your business.
Jay, should we take a Ziggy break?
Soon. Yeah. So
Okay, great.
a Ziggy break. You mean Ziggy needs to come out and just
He needs to pee on
Just
everyone.
Make everybody really mad.
He'll
no,
do that
So,
soon.
so most of the day
His
passes,
default.
and
The
about
fog rolls away.
the fog is long gone. It's actually
Fog
a
is gone.
beautiful day. Yeah, there's a nice breeze. It's not quite full astern, but it's like you're making good time, and
And what direction are we going? Can we guess?
South, right?
you have a magic item called the Orb
We have
of
a magic
Direction
compass,
that will tell
right?
you
We do.
exactly what
We
direction
do.
you're
Yes.
going.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, but I think I might have it actually.
Okay.
It's either you or
But it's
Belrissa.
Elrissa.
I think I
Yeah.
have it.
Elrissa has it. Okay.
Yeah.
I
good.
mean, if someone is holding on to the magic items in the party,
Yeah.
I have a
probably-
talking hammer.
Yeah.
You do. Yes.
You can trust me.
I don't think I've got anything magic on me.
Okay. I would also like to wager on Kira for the
Except
chess
for
match.
Also, all your money on both.
Yes, I'm gonna lose to the house. Yes.
I guess I have a dagger that comes back to me when I throw it. Maybe that
yeah,
sounds
and a
Yeah,
magic
well,
bow,
that's close.
Like
and a
a
magic
thing.
cape.
Yeah.
Also
Oh,
the
cloak.
also
Yeah,
the
okay,
bow.
that's true.
Also the
Oh, I
bow.
didn't know
that-
we were talking about clothing. I thought we were just going into our packs to find a bunch of magic fun stuff.
Oh no, we
Showing our
Show and
magic
tell
stuff
tab
off.
right now.
Miscellany.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
We-
no
we have-
miscellany.
we
We'll
have
get
had
you
some interesting miscellaneous. We do have this whole thing that like affects time. We don't mess with it a bunch.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh, I'm gonna have some fun with the captain with that. Can I have that? Can I have that just for the night?
Oh no.
No.
But we should actually take some time and study it together. We haven't looked at it in a
I
while.
don't know if we've
Thorkel
used
kind
it
of took
ever.
it and then
But
We
you do
have
have
it.
it.
Yeah.
You have it back. Yeah. But you have
Yeah,
you
we
have an
have
orb of
it.
direction, and you're able to use that to tell.
Are we
that
going
you
south?
Are, you're
Yeah.
headed. You're headed like southwest. You're kind of
Assuming.
skirting the coast.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not super far off the coast, and the coast kind of goes angled, sort of in
Okay.
that
Nice.
direction. Yeah. But yeah, you're generally headed south. About an hour before dusk, as the sun is not too far from the horizon, getting that nice golden light, not unlike Jeshi's background, actually.
Hmm.
You're
Lovely.
you hear a sharp hiss of wind, and you look around, and it's Weng, who's just done sort of a loud yet mostly silent sort of whistle. You can see his fingers still in his mouth, and at the sound of that whistle, the entire crew just immediately breaks and starts to rush around. Everybody goes completely silent, but moves into what is obviously a position that they're used to. Like all hands just immediately go silent and kind of rush over into like a what's about to happen kind of position. What do you guys do?
Can I use, because I feel that Jeshi is in his element in this type of situation, my intuition to find a place that is maybe weakly guarded, like near me, that's the weakest point of
Yeah. Yeah,
focus.
totally.
That's where I will go. and
Okay. Yep.
Station myself.
That's great. Yeah, your fighting instinct just kicks in and you get, yeah, love it.
I think I'm also very, very aware of like near silent battle calls.
Which is exactly what's happening right
Yes.
now. And conversely, if any of you are like unaware of what's going on, you notice that Jeshi has just like immediately, if not the pirates and the sailors that you trust or understand, like your comrade has just immediately like gone into fight mode.
Is Wang still in the vicinity?
Weng is basically about halfway up the stairs that lead up to the to the upper deck there where the captain is, and
Right.
and you kind of your eyes move in the direction of the sound. You see him and you glance up, and the captain is up there looking off the port, kind of off the port bow with his glass, and Weng is pointing in that direction.
I send Ziggy up to fly and get a higher view and see what they're seeing.
Okay,
Yura's gonna make a break for the quarters to get her weapons.
got it. So you rush
Um,
downstairs.
I'm downstairs.
I'm going to the upper deck.
I'm moving to the middle of the deck, close to the big mast.
Okay, got it. So everybody's kind of getting ready. Sorry, Kins, what are you doing?
I'm going to the upper deck. I want to like get at a higher position.
Okay, cool. So you kind of move up towards the stairs, kind of over, not too far from where Wang is. Ziggy flies up out of your bag or wherever he's been, and he flies up and goes in the direction that everybody is pointing. And what you see, maybe like quarter mile off the port bow, is an enormous shadow just lurching towards the ship, just like hurtling towards the ship at a very fast speed. You can see that it's making a wake above it, and it is very, very large. And I mean, again, I'm assuming you're looking through his eyes.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So you're seeing a massive shadow creating a wake of water, just moving very quickly towards the ship.
Okay. I yell that to all the people, all of us, whoever's still in range to hear. The giant shadow
As you
shape.
yell,
The giant.
you get like a death glare from Wang. And
Okay.
yes, so
I immediately shut up.
I don't get a death glare from Wayne because I don't see him. So if I hear that before I mean, my first thing is going to be to shout back like, Kins.
the
If you can
second
see
you
it,
make a noise, Vin,
any
Wang appears right next to you, and he's
Oh,
literally
no.
got his hand over your mouth. And he goes, "Quiet, mate, just a few more minutes. You'll have your chance. I promise. It's about to get real messy."
we might be able to avoid a fight
Oh,
unless you're trying to kill it.
and he just kind of shakes his head, and you feel like a pat on your back. He says, "Get those daggers ready." And you look up, and so as you're looking down through Ziggy's eyes again, you see that the creature has started to move sideways and has adjusted position, and is now coming full speed to broadside the boat, basically on the port side. And as soon as it moves like that, you hear a shout from up above, and it's the captain. And suddenly everybody breaks the silence and starts moving about, and the whole ship lurches as the captain sort of skillfully slides the boat around to sort of not present a broadside to this creature. And a few moments later, as this thing just smashes into the hull, and the whole boat kind of lurches and everybody falls over, grabbing almost falls over, I should say, as this thing smashes into the bottom of the boat, and the captain's kind of writing things, and you just hear a shout from above as he just shouts, "To arms!" And everybody just draws weapons and runs over, and right as he does, an enormous tentacle just bursts out of the water on the opposite side of the boat, and it reaches, and it's just this writhe, this massive just tentacle, as big or bigger than the one you guys actually fought a long time ago in the water. So you all instantly have a flashback of one of your previous encounters, as this tentacle comes out and it immediately like jolts down towards one of the sailors. As it does, he skillfully just steps out of the way, calmly, totally prepared for this. He sidesteps it and spins around and whips out a blade, and as the blade comes out, a long shadow kind of extends the blade, and he comes down with like a two-handed strike, and he just chops off like the last probably 5 feet of this tentacle as it just sort of like rides around on the deck. And the other one, you hear like a screech as this tentacle kind of pulls back down into the water. And as it does, another crewman walks over and just stabs the other one, and a couple guys just throw it overboard. Everything goes very silent for a few moments. You can see everybody's kind of looking, waiting, anticipating. Then you hear splash everywhere as 10, 12, 15 tentacles just all of them come up from all around the boat, splashing water everywhere from every direction. And that's where we're going to end this week's session, and we're gonna see what happens next week.
Oh
When you
my
guys-
gosh, tentacles.
Right.
Tentacles.
Yow.
Oh no.
Battle
I-
the tentacles.
I was sure it was gonna grab Jessie.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I was like,
I almost said I'd like to run to prime grappling territory. I held back.
That's where.
oh my gosh.
Oh
Nice.
yeah, it came out of the water right in front.
I'm gonna just say that I came back from getting my weapons before that happened, so I have the cool moment of being able to see that.
able to
nice
see it.
smell.
Oh yeah, everybody
You
was
wanna be part of-
everybody was
yeah.
there.
Okay.
Yeah,
I had
there.
a moment where I was like, "That's dinner on the floor right there," but they just threw it back in. God.
Calamari.
Eat that.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, you know.
There is a strong sense of like preparedness and nobody's like, oh no, we're all gonna die, you know, like everybody's like ready for this. But also when all those tentacles come out of the water completely surrounding the boat, it's like a oh shit kind of moment around the crew, and you're all there. And yeah, so we'll see what happens next time. Good session, a bit of a shorter one tonight, so that we can get into a nice big fight next time, and we'll yeah, pick it up next
Awesome.
time. Anything you guys want to call out, shout out, you know?
Making progress on Divinity.
Yeah.
Every Sunday night.
So
Sunday
every
nights.
Sunday night, Divinity on the Bad Plans channel.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
Been super fun. What a great game. Wow.
Yeah.
It really is good.
Yeah.
Did you play the first one?
No. Maybe that's next.
Just as good. It's, well,
Really
it's
good.
like, I mean,
Is it
the
the same
second one?
setup?
You know, it's a sequel
Yeah.
where they just made everything a little better,
Nice.
right? But
Yeah.
same idea. It's great. Fantastic story. Good co-op. Loved it.
It's
I
fun.
just love the loot. I'm like,
I have a cat in that game, and I call the cat, and I switch places with it.
Yes.
It's really fun.
it's very Ziggy-ish because
It
it,
is.
also dies and comes back.
I am like absorbing Kins and Belrissa in
That's
one
right.
character.
Awesome.
And the Red
Oh.
Prince is an alter ego of Kira.
Oh no way, really?
Yeah, he's like
cool.
a royal dragon lizard person. And
Yes.
he's just got the personality down. Yeah,
Oh, I like that.
the right combination of arrogance and charisma. That's right across Kira.
Perfect definition of Kira.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Well, good session, guys. Good job. That was a lot of fun. And we'll pick it up again next week. Until then, good luck with your bad plans.